Greetings everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today we have some huge news. Holy Leola, root stew is this big news. Ostensibly it is about the Voth Advance, but really the big news here is the next event campaign, which this event will be kicking off starting on February 25th, which is tomorrow on PC. A lot of people don't like the Voth event stuff, but that's okay. When you see this prize list, you may change your mind. The 2021 event campaign. This featured event will be the first of a series of upcoming events that will participate in the second installment of our multi-event system known as an event campaign. For the 2021 event campaign, a few changes have been made. More events. The 2021 event campaign will span a total of 5 separate featured events, spanning the majority of the upcoming year on PC releases. And a lot of people aren't too happy about that. More events means more time commitment, but the prizes are pretty good this time. And as a result, instead of having to get 2,800 progress, you now have to get 3.5 progress? Wow, that's pretty generous. What's that? Oh, I'm being told it's a typo? Okay, we have to get 3,500 progress. Anyway, more prizes. The grand prize for the 2021 event campaign will offer players a choice as to what they can receive between the 3 following options, and I can actually see a use case for people for each one of these. I think most people are going to gravitate to option 1, but we'll go over them one by one. So option 1, any Infinity promo or Infinity lockbox tier 6 ship. Now that's obviously the madlads actually did it. People have been asking for a long time, can you please give us some way to get a free promo ship? And they've done it. They've actually done it. You got to put in a lot of work to get it, but anyone can get it free to play. We're going to see so many Freedom frigates, you know? I mean, you probably think, gosh, what's the most popular promo ship? I mean, the game's just going to be littered with Freedom frigates, basically. So, this is some huge news here. Option 2, 1,500 Lobby crystals, once per account. And option 3, 2 100% off coupons for tier 6 ships in the Zen store, once per account. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, gosh, who isn't going to pick option number 1? Well, you know, the ships in option number 1 kind of come in 2 flavors. Ships that you buy because they're super high performing, like the Juggernaut, or ships that are like, you know, the Crossfield or the Donny or the Legend or the Connie, excuse me. But the thing about that is, not every player cares about having a Juggernaut or whatever, or a Zentaur, and a lot of people have had a chance to get a Zentaur, including myself, when they keep putting it in the lobby store. And as for those other ships, the hero ships, well, people have had a chance to get some of those from the legendary bundles, and also if they haven't done it that way, like if you were someone who wanted a Connie in the past, the only way you could get it was through a promo choice box. Now people can get it through the legendary bundle, and I think a lot of people did that. So they may not feel compelled to get any of those ships. You know, maybe the Anorak, some people are going to want that or whatever, but I do think that maybe the viewers of my channel and some of the other DPS channels and stuff probably going to gravitate towards that, get that super OP Freedom frigate, of course. But I'm joking. But yeah, I think there's going to be a large number of players for whom there's no appeal in there. Of course, the Infinity Tier 6 ship has a lot more options in it, and so maybe people will pick it for that, although I'm worried people won't. I think there's going to be a lot of people for whom the Infinity Tier 6 choice will actually make them happier, but they're going to feel like they're losing so much value by not choosing the promo ship. So, you know, we'll see. I'm not going to say don't rush to judgment because we have a whole year to figure this out. Don't crawl to judgment, you know, take your time. But, you know, consider your choices carefully about which ship you actually want. Option number 2, 1,500 Lobby crystals. For some people, this does not matter at all, and for other people, they see dollar signs. This is probably worth more than a promo ship. Lobby is very expensive to get. The most efficient way to get it is to open lockboxes. That's very expensive, so 1,500 Lobby is a lot of Lobby. If you're the kind of person who is a DPS chaser, you might be tempted to say, hey, I want the Juggernaut, I want the Zentaur, I want, you know, something like that from the promo choice pack. But you might want to consider the Lobby as well, because things like the Delphic Torpedo or the Bioneural Infusion Circuits, There's a little bit of question as to whether the Lobby is character bound or account bound. It should probably be account bound. But then you'd be able to get those things on multiple characters, so I think the Lobby has a lot of value if you want to talk about, things that you want from the Lobby store, not ships necessarily, but those space equipment items. This could be very valuable, and there's a very good possibility that's the option I'm going to take on my main account. And to be honest, I may take option number 3 on my free-to-play account. Seems crazy, but let's consider it. Option number 3, 2 100% off coupons for Tier 6 ships in the Zen store once per account. You might think, wow, that's the lowest value thing. Why would you pick that? But if you're a free-to-play player, there are a lot of C-store traits that are staples. They are better than a lot of the traits you can get in the other ships, and even promo and infinity ships, where you tend to buy those for the ship and not necessarily the traits and stuff. So if you don't have an Arbiter, if you don't have Withering Barrage, I'm getting ready to release a video maybe in a couple of days, top 10 ships that you can get in the C-store. A lot of those ships are just very foundational to have on your account if you're a performance player. If you're free-to-play, like my free-to-play account is, I don't have those ships, and I don't really have any ready way to get them. I could get 2 of them this way. I could get Emergency Weapon Cycle and Withering Barrage, or something like that. Or Strike from Shadows. So this could be a good option for people. I think they may not consider it, but maybe they should. And then that would be for their whole account. Every character would get it. Those other 2 options are really for one character, or maybe a couple of characters with the Lobby. And then you also have to consider some players who are very casual and they don't care about performance anything, and they're happy to play on normal difficulty and fart around and do their this and that. And maybe it's just a ship in the C-store that they just want. They just like that ship. They want the Resolute class because they like the way it looks, or there's a ship they like because it was on screen. And that's what they care about. They don't care about the value, of the Lobby in terms of dollars, because they don't care about the Lobby store. And they don't care about the promo ships. Maybe they've already bought the Legendary bundle. So, yeah, I think there's definitely going to be appeal for all 3 options for different demographics of players. And I think that whatever your initial snap judgment is, maybe consider the other choices. You may decide that the other choices are something that is also valuable. So the choice is only made once per account upon claiming the prize. The core gameplay of this event campaign remains the same as the previous one. Participate in multiple events. You guys have been around, you know this, so each event is its own individual event. It has its own progress and all of that. You get a prize for doing it, so we're going to get 5 separate prizes for the 5 different events, but then they each also contribute to this larger campaign, and so you have to add up the progress from the 5 smaller ones in order to get enough to cross the finish line on the big one. Players may earn 50 event campaign progress for each day they participate in an eligible event. Buying out an eligible event, and normally in the past they have like special days where you can get 100, so usually you can make it go a little faster. Buying out an eligible event will include up to 700 event campaign progress. That's not bad if you just can't do it, if you just have money to burn, I guess, but probably I think most people will do this if they just physically can't do it for whatever reason. They're not available, they're not around, they just can't play the game. Then you don't have to miss out. If you do the first 4 events or the first 3 events and you, for whatever reason, you can't be at home to log on to do the final event, you're not going to lose out completely. So it's a good option to have for people who need it. And then we have to talk about this particular event, because one of the events, the Voth Advance, is going to be kicking this thing off. So what about the event that we're getting ready to start tomorrow? Earn a total of 14 days worth of daily progress to become eligible to complain. That's what I do, to claim all of these rewards. Molar's Flaming Sword, account wide unlock, so it looks pretty cool. They got a little GIF we can look at in a second. 25,000 dilithium ore, which is pretty good. And 3x featured TFO reward boxes, which are, well, they're there. Now, upon claiming the grand prize, you still have the scaling dilithium, so if you finish it early, you get 8,000, the next day 9,000, then 10,000. You still have to do it, but if you finish early, you can get extra dilithium instead of progress. And all bonus progress rewards are rewarded a maximum of once per day per account and are immediately and automatically granted to the active character when the requirement is met. This is all old stuff. Let's get a look at this sword here again for a second. That is pretty sweet looking. It looks like it came straight out of World of Warcraft, to be honest. And then we have a little GIF here, and very low res. This was shot on an eye potato. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool effect. It's a ranged, you know, normally with melee weapons you don't get a ranged things. So the fact that you can, you know, get over here and pull them in, it looks like it will be pretty useful. It might be a lot of fun to play with. Legacy progress, I used to have a whole bunch of these. I can't imagine anyone still has any, but if you have them, they'll still honor them. And yeah, so players on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 can look forward to the release of this featured event and the introduction of the 2021 campaign event later this year. So they don't give a date, so just hold on tight. Stand back and stand by, console players, because you are going to get it eventually. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Get out there and slaughter some Voth tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.